give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm tryna get paid. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm tryna get paid.
I've been broke for 27 years, I ain't going for 28. Been seeing you niggas flexing and finessing the shit. You know I ain't never ate. Been seeing you shining, all that designer. You ain't get your little bro plate. That's how I know you fake, bitch. That's how I know you fake. Get it straight.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. This your host, Trey. That's my co-host and homeboy, Face.
What up, world?
And tonight we're going to go ahead and give you guys, a little bit of not just a preview, but also a prediction about what's going to happen when Colorado visits Arizona State at 6:30 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. All right, so, first we got to get past what happened last week. So, a week ago, I came out and I made some statements about Colorado and Coach Prime and wanting to see some fire, wanting to see some intensity, understanding of the moment, bringing these young men up to speed about where they're at right now. But not just that, I also want to see some in-depth coaching, adjustments, schemes, things like that. Not to say I hadn't seen it before from Colorado, but I hadn't seen it against top-tier coaching. And this past week, against Lincoln Riley, I finally got every single one of those things I asked for. Finally got Prime showing some intensity out there, speaking with his coaches, making them make adjustments. Now, I understand, first year, D1, Power 5, that's a lot. But at the same time, I know you know the game. So I'm happy to say and happy to see what I saw last week, despite the loss. Even though, to be honest with you, there were still a few things that need to be cleaned up and some things that could have been improved upon that honestly could have had Caleb Williams losing that game instead of Shadur losing that game. But, man, that's neither here nor there. We talking about Colorado versus Arizona State. Line, Colorado minus 3.5. Over under set at 59.5. Straight up, Colorado 3-2. Wow. Arizona State, they 1-4, man. Now, against the spread, Colorado is also 3-2. Whereas Arizona State is 2-3. Now, those wins and against the spread things and all that good stuff, that's when you're looking at Arizona State, okay, so they played USC. Score was 42-28, so they battled with them. They played Cal. Score was 24-21, so they battled with them. They played Fresno State. They got dog walked, 29-0. They played Oklahoma State. They battled with them. They played Southern Utah, which I don't even know where that is. I just know it's in Utah. And they lost. No, they won that game. That's the only game they won. 24-21. So, for me, I believe that this game is going to be like Arizona State's Super Bowl. They're going to pull out a whole bunch of trick plays, just like they did against USC, and they're going to be scratching. It's in their stadium. I'd get a little bit more into Colorado, but what you say, Faith? How you feel about that?
Sound like an over to me. Because it seems like all the big teams, they can score against them. And then the defense, only one defense stop, but they probably stop themselves because I don't think the team that they didn't score against got a better defense than the team that they scored against, say USC or any other Division I school. But at the end of the day, I would have to take it over. I would take Colorado money line in the over. Only reason is like they done had close games. They done played everybody close. And Colorado really don't have the talent that he needs. Like Deion know he got holes in his team, and you know, even with the coaching, it's only make up for so much of the talent that he's missing right now. His number one player, he had holes in it before. But
hold on, Faith. So you don't think Amarion Miller is a game time player and not a practice player? Because that's what Shadur's been saying. Shadur's saying that Amarion Miller he's a game time player, not a practice player, and that he will be starting in this coming week due to the continuity shown in the last game.
Well, you got to understand this is where other players get the opportunity, and this is where, you know, being a coach of prime caliber, I know he know how to motivate his players. I know he know how to get the best out of the players. So anybody on that roster is capable of going out there and playing, I believe. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like you got to get these other guys to buy in when your team know they missing certain things. These teams know, and you got to keep them dudes motivated and playing to a level that, you know, maybe it's bigger than they can see right now. But at the end of the day, I believe that Deion has that capability, that kind of coaching capability. Like you said, like I told you, I said he might not be a in-your-face type of guy. I don't see that from Fonzie because.
And then you just saw it. You just saw it last week. He just did it. No, he just did it. I'm not talking about like grabbing your helmet and throwing you across the field. He did exactly what I called for last week. He did exactly that. He wasn't on the sideline standing there stoic as they getting their behind whooped and waxed across the field like they were after the first half. No, he was actually calling timeouts. He was actually active in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you get stomach. Sometimes you don't know what the hell. Man, them people had 2-8 in the first quarter. He ain't what you wanted to do.
Right, it's not like he wasn't getting drugged in this game. He was getting drugged in this game at one point. The score was 48 to or 45 to 7 or something like that. 14. It was ridiculous, brother. Like, come on. Like them dogs came and scratched. But it's because he actually made his coaches make adjustments. He made the players make adjustments. Because you can't tell me that you think that Oregon is going to beat USC like USC just. You think? Hold on. So you think that? Do you think Oregon's going to beat USC? I haven't asked you. I mean, I know this is completely off base right now, but do you honestly believe that Oregon's going to like rock with USC like that? You think they're going to beat USC?
It's possible now because they got that confidence. The quarterback for Oregon wasn't as confident he was until after that game.
Yeah, he was. He was confident coming into that week. Bo Nix was already. They were already talking about Heisman. They were already talking about Heisman talk and all that stuff with Bo Nix, and we all know what Bo Nix is. We know what Bo Nix is. If you from the South and you from the South, you know what Bo Nix is. You've been watching him since the whole time he was at Auburn. You know what Bo Nix is. Come on, man.
Shit. We know what he was.
It ain't what he was.
Got room to grow.
It ain't what he was. I am not saying he doesn't.
If he's grown into that type of player, but all it takes is certain games and circumstances to reveal themselves to themselves.
Exactly.
Like
and those games and circumstances.
90% of this, 90% of that shit is confidence, bro.
Exactly.
Like, they confident in their decision making. So he could become that player. He always felt like he was, but he wasn't living up to it. You dig what I'm saying? He always, but now that, you never know when the light come on for some dude, man. That might have been that breakout game.
You guys, listen, all you guys watching, you will get an opportunity because them two will play. And when they play, I'm going to have my numbers, my homework, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going with Caleb Williams. I'm going with Caleb Williams.
I ain't impressed with their defense. Oregon got a better defense.
Oregon got a better defense in Oregon. In Oregon, yeah, they do. In Oregon.
USC done let everybody score on them. You got to try to outscore people. I don't know. I feel like, you think USC gonna dog Oregon?
I don't think that Colorado should have got dogged the way they got dogged by Oregon. I don't think that. That's why I don't. No, it's not any given Sunday. It's not any given Sunday. I'm not any given Sunday. You could lose. Yeah, that's okay. I take that. Any given Sunday. Brother.
It ain't going your way, man. It can happen like that.
Brother, you watched. I mean, I don't know if you watched it as much as I watched it. I watched every snap of the game, and I'll tell you straight up. Okay, I was at my.
It wasn't a usual game. The dude wasn't tackling. Wasn't nothing going their way. It was just one of those games, bro. It happens sometimes. You know what I mean? And you got to think about this here. Whether you lose by 40 or you lose by 7, a loss is a loss. Then when you lose that bad, it's just so much that you can build and take off. You don't have no choice but to grow from it. When you get beat that bad, you get embarrassed, bro. That bad.
Face.
If you got the right type of players,
it's not just all about the players. That's what I'm saying.
It ain't the response.
But it's not just about how they respond. It's about how you put them in the position to respond. Okay, as a coach.
I don't have the players really to do what I want. He's telling y'all this. I don't have the players, but he said, "Give me a few." He said, "Give me they coming. It's coming." That's why he said, "Catch me right now." Do y'all know he don't? They were saying this before the start of the season.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Staying on the defensive side.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
He don't have no depth.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think he has the quality players right now at Colorado of a school like Tulane? Tulane. Do you think he right now with the 75 transfers that he brought to Colorado and the talent, Heisman candidates and all that stuff there he got at Colorado, do you think that it's equivalent to the talent of Tulane?
I'm not sure.
Man,
I don't even know really how good Tulane is.
Well, I'm gonna tell. Look, hold on. I'm gonna tell you yes. I'm gonna tell you yes. And that same Tulane team last year beat the dog breaks off of USC in the bowl. What I'm talking. What I'm.
Sunday.
I know it's not any given Sunday. It was not even. It was the play calling that put their players in position. Tulane is nowhere near the athletic talent and nowhere near the right type of players versus USC and Lincoln Riley. Come on, man. No, it's not an excuse. So that I'm not giving it. I'm not blaming the players. See, when you got when someone says, and this is how I feel.
The coach can't go out there and tackle nobody for them.
I'm not saying to go. I'm brother.
They got ran over. They were not tackling nobody on the field.
What were you doing? What were you doing schematically? Okay, to offset that blitz that was coming up the pipe. What did you even change? Okay, in the Oregon game. All right, and now we supposed to have been talking about errors, but I'm the one who took us here, so we're gonna complete this, right? So in the Oregon game, they were blitzing Shadur right up the pipe. Okay, hold up, let me finish. What did you do? What was your response to offset that blitz? You kept calling. You kept calling the same darn play. You were calling. You in shotgun. Hold on. You in shotgun. You in shotgun.
It's simple. They didn't have no answer for it.
You
No matter
did.
what scheme you
You
put out
answered
there,
it the next
they put
week.
a running back. They put
They did the
extra
same.
linemen out there.
Okay, USC
They
tried to
was
do
outmatched.
USC tried to do the same thing, and they got a better down four than Oregon. USC has the best down four linemen in
It's
the
about
whole
mismatch.
United
It ain't
States.
about it ain't about every player on that team.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's where coaching comes in at. That's where coaching.
There's certain things you can't see or account for, bro.
Bro,
Sometimes you got
that's where
mismatches.
coaching. That's
The
where
man
coaching
might
comes
not be
in.
a star to
That's where
another
coaching
team.
comes in at. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But-
That's where coaching comes in
Well,
at. That's
when
what
you-
makes that
when
guy
he-
that
when
guy.
they telling you they don't have the talent level,
They making excuses.
he knowing this.
You making
He
excuses.
making no excuse.
You making
No, he
excuses.
ain't. He telling you.
You making
he
excuse.
telling you I'm with all this, but he said, guess what? Whoop me now, catch me now.
No,
He
I'm okay
say,
with you
"Oh, if
saying
I
all
had
that,
a-
but
if I had a better
don't put it
line,
on you
if
ain't
I
got the
had a better
talent.
this."
Don't put it on you ain't got the talent.
He
Don't
didn't
ever say that.
He didn't say catch me now.
No,
He know
no.
what he's saying.
You just said what he said. You just said it. You just said exactly what he said.
"Catch me now."
He said, no,
He said-
not when I'm not, no. I don't have the players right now. You
He
don't
said
never say that.
He said, but
You
they
don't
coming.
but you don't never
He
say
said, but
that.
they coming.
Want to know why that? You want to know why you don't say that? Because your players that you have are
They
listening
were
to
talking
that.
about this before the first game of the season, bro.
Brother.
They were talking about the lack of
I'm
depth
not saying
on
that he
Colorado's
had
defensive
depth.
side
I'm
of the
not
ball.
saying I never said he had depth. Did you hear me say that?
What
What I'm
not
saying
making
is
no excuse. It's
I've
obvious.
seen teams
Certain things are
I've
obvious.
seen teams
If
with
the public
way
know
less
that-
depth. With way
Hold on,
less
hold on,
depth.
hold on.
Tulane.
Bro,
That's what I just that's why I brought up Tulane. That's why I brought up
Tulane.
Tulane.
Knows about it. If everybody knows about it, you don't think the team knows?
Everybody knew the Bucks wasn't gonna win more than 3 games this year. How many wins we
Everybody
got?
know that.
Oh yeah, that's what they did. Look at Vegas. Vegas said we weren't gonna win no more than 5.
That was
Okay,
one or two people
everybody,
saying that.
every
They got right
pundit
for
that
them
you look
people,
at,
man.
hold on, every pundit that you look at, CBS, on Fox, Barstool, FS1, ESPN, NFL Network, you name it. None of them thought the Bucks were gonna do anything. I'm giving you an example.
That's just somebody.
Come on now, no,
that's
that ain't no different.
You being a coach of a team and knowing your roster. That's
brother.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
If
that's
you
like,
playing for a team,
hold
up, Face. So if you playing for the team and I go out there as the head coach and say that you can't compete, are you? How you gonna feel? I no. How you gonna? That's what he just said. That's what you're saying when you say that. When I don't have the players and I have players on the team, I'm coaching currently right now. Who like who?
So I don't want to hear about nobody.
What are you talking about? LeBron James? Where does that even come from? What are you talking about?
He was outgunned.
I'm not talking about LeBron. What are you talking about? We talking about Deion Sanders said that.
Deion ain't making no excuses. He just knows that he's missing a lot of players. He's missing talent to compete with certain teams. The hell? These dudes was on the top of that shit before Deion came on. Last year they only won 1 game. Colorado only won.
I know they did. I know. That's not even the same team. He got rid of all of those players. Every single one of them. There's 75 new players on the team, and there's only 99 players on the team.
And guess what? Coach Brown, the only one to know all these players and know what he got over.
Face. What?
Coach
Face.
Brown
I'm not.
the one.
Face.
Coach Brown the only one know all his players, bro.
Face. No, you hold up. No, you keep acting like I'm trying to come at Prime and saying Prime ain't trying to. No, what I'm trying to say is I expect better coaching. I just got done saying that I saw the better coaching. You said he only coach. Hold up. What is he only coach? What's he only coach? Go ahead. What's he only coach? Go ahead. I'm listening.
Now, if another coach. If another coach,
what other coach?
Listen, with that same team, they probably wouldn't won a game yet. So it might be Prime coach. He's coaching these players up already, bro.
Face. So you telling me? Hold on, I'm gonna ask you a quick question. Okay, Travis Hunter was the number one
receiver.
No, and hold up, in the nation. He was the number 1 recruit in the whole nation. Whole nation. Which means hold on. So right now, okay, all right. Travis Hunters have played in 3 of the 5 games they have played this season. They won all 3 of those games, right?
When he
Right?
played.
Hold on, let me finish. All 3 of those games, right? Shedeur up for the Heisman at one point. All right. Even after Travis Hunter went out. But he ain't got no talent on the team.
Like,
brother, I've watched
talent, bro.
you and both.
I didn't never say
All I'm saying
talent,
is
bro.
we have both watched. We have both. All I'm saying, bro, is I'm not.
Hold on.
I'm not putting no excuses in this for this man, man.
Tell me this here. Is Joe Burrow gonna be the same Joe Burrow without Jamar Chase? Is any quarterback when they number one receiver go down?
Actually,
the same receiver. That's a lot
actually,
more.
hold up. Actually, yes, he was last season. Joe Burrow was the same Joe Burrow after Jamar Chase was out. Jamar Chase was out for 4 games. Joe Burrow won 3 of those games. Jamar Chase came back. The first game back was against the Bucks. His very first game back was against the Bucks. That's when they were.
Who were the Bucks?
Last year?
The Bucks secondary
with Tom Brady. Like the same secondary we got now. Like I understand. Faith.
No. Listen. This is what I'm saying. Everybody know in college football, one star player can change your whole team. That one player, and if he's on the offense and the defense side of the ball, this is your number one player both ways, your offense and your defense. Bro, it's going to affect the team. Because one dynamic player in college is way different than the dynamics in coaching in the NFL, because it's like, you feel me? So when that takes morale from your team, if everybody knows that, this is our number one receiver down. You got some players to play around and for these dudes. You feel me? So when one of them dudes go down, them players that ain't on that level, that takes away from them. So you got to coach them players back up. You got to get everybody back and believing that y'all can win without this star player or whatever. It ain't as easy as we think it is, bro. You got to think it's these are kids that you coaching, for one. You feel what I'm saying? So they attention to detail. Man, them people were missing so many different tackles. You could tell it was just something going on for us. It wasn't just no coaching, bro. That was players not playing. They gave up on themselves. A coach can only coach so much. He gonna do so much on the sideline. I can say the right things, I can do the right thing, but players got to go out there and execute. At the end of the day, they gave up on themselves. I couldn't necessarily say that was Prime not coaching because he wasn't yelling at certain points in time.
So why did he yell the next game? Very next game when he out there yelling. Why? Why did his demeanor change? And the new day, the same thing was happening to him. Different response this time, though. The same exact thing was happening to him. Just a different response this time. Same exact thing was happening. USC was putting that foot in his behind. He was getting drugged up and down the field. Caleb Williams just running around, tossing it everywhere. Dudes running people over. It was happening. I watched every play of the game. It was happening. It was happening. But guess what? Guess what happened this time, though? A completely different response. Because he didn't just sit there on the sideline and watch it happen. This time, he said, hold up. You, and you. What's going on? Coach, get over here. All right? Why are we doing this? You knew they were going to do this. Why are we not doing this? Do you have a plan for this? There was adamant conversation going on between him and coaches multiple times in that game. This is him explaining to the coaches, look, what are we doing here? Why are we doing what? Look at this scoreboard.
I'm gonna give you another prime example. You could make adjustments, right? You can make adjustments through the course of the game, right?
Yes.
But when you got a mixed match and somebody just can't stop, That's just like what happened to the Giants the other night.
They
The
didn't,
Giants
brother.
got 11 sacks in one game, bro. You don't think they made all the adjustments, moving
There
different
was no
people to
adjustments to make.
try?
Hold up.
You could try to
First
protect the
and foremost,
quarterback. They were
first
making
and
all kind
foremost,
of
hold
adjustments,
up.
bro.
First and foremost, you're dealing with one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm not going to compare Daniel Jones to Shador. I'm not.
We
I'm
saying
not. But look, hold
make
up. I'm
adjustments
not. Look, I'm
far as
not.
protecting.
I'm not.
You
But
saying why
look,
didn't
they
they make the
made the
adjustments to
adjustments.
protect
I
the
watched
quarterback?
that game too. Yeah, I don't know if you're watching the same thing I'm watching, but
I
I'm
watched
watching the
it.
same
I watched.
game. I'm
Listen,
watching the game,
and
and
he
I'm
got
listening to
ball down
Peyton
to every
Manning, and
snap.
I'm listening to Peyton Manning and Eli Manning sit here and
It
say,
was
"Hold on,
jailbreaking.
why are you not passing it to him on your third step? He is wide open right here. Why did you not throw him the ball? Hold on, why are you not throwing him the ball? Third step, your first read. You're not hitting him. What are you
You know why?
doing? You're holding the
You
ball.
know
Want
why?
to know what that
You
is?
know why? Because when he was taking his third step, the pressure was coming straight up the middle. He couldn't even step up to throw the ball. He couldn't even step up to throw it. He had a man wide open. They showed it. He had a man wide open. He couldn't even step up to throw the ball because the pocket was collapsing every time. That's why he said he's in pass protection. He's in the shotgun trying to just step and throw the ball, and he still couldn't get it off. That
Want to know
man
why he
got
couldn't
sacked
get it off?
11 times, bro.
You want to know why he couldn't get it off?
Because it was a mismatch somewhere on that line.
It's not just a
And the
mismatch on the
line was
line.
breaking.
Brian Dayball had no response. That's what it was. Brian Dayball had no response. It wasn't
I
the
came
fact it
with
was
all kind
you.
of
He
different
knew about the
packages.
mismatch. He knew about
He
that
changed the
mismatch.
running
Hold
back
up.
to
He
protect.
knew about that mismatch last Tuesday. Last Tuesday he knew about that mismatch. They sit in the film room. He knew about that one.
Well,
You
I
telling
can't
me that
say
this
every
this
win.
guy just
I'm gonna say
appeared out
this:
of nowhere?
every
This is a
win
mismatch
ain't
out of
every.
nowhere that you didn't know about? They just popped out. This is like you in court, a lawyer. You in court right now, and they just popped out some evidence that you ain't know about. Is that what happens on the football field? No, it's not.
Sometimes, sometimes, because sometimes, guess what? Players that you never counted for might step up that game. You could never say who gonna have a good
I'm
game
not
and who
saying
gonna have a
that part,
bad game.
Face. I'm
You
talking
can't
about
say.
with Face. Now you're taking it back to players. We're talking about coaching because
It goes both ways.
coaching is coaching and playing goes hand in hand. But when you're at the college level, the coaching is even more important. When you get to the NFL, the coaching is
Okay,
very, very
okay. Tell
important.
me this here.
Very, very important.
What do you
But
do? Tell me this here. Tell me this here. What do you do if you're making adjustments and that shit still don't work? Apparently they were making adjustments, bro. You're not gonna
when,
just let your quarterback get killed. This is my son. You don't think I'm gonna try to protect him? They was
brother,
just getting beat. I'm just saying, think about that.
prior
I'm
to
gonna
that
do what I
game,
gotta do for the course of the game.
hold on,
Sometimes it's just
Face, I'm gonna give you a stat that you might not have been aware of. Prior to that game, Shador was the most sacked quarterback in college football, like top
he
five.
never had a line. We know
Oh
that.
no, I know that. So what changed?
What you mean? What
Did
changed?
I
He
mean
just went up against
did
his
something
defense.
change?
He
Hold up,
just
did
went up
something
against.
change? Did you
Yeah,
expect
something
your
changed.
line to be
A
better?
whole lot
No,
changed.
I'm
His
asking.
number one receiver went
Did
down.
you expect the line to be better? The number one wide receiver was already down. He had been down in
No,
the
listen,
previous game.
listen. No,
And they're
you
like
got some coaches. You got some coaches that know what's going on, and they're gonna attack that. They're gonna exploit your weakness. You
Face.
got some coaches that try to go and play you straight up. You never know how these coaches are scheming,
I
and if you
know.
got a
And
mismatch,
sometimes they're scheming wrong. That's what I'm trying to say. All I'm saying is, and that's all I've been saying from the very beginning when I'm talking about that game with Oregon versus Colorado. And I'm talking about Coach Prime's response during that game versus how happy I am about his response in the USC game. Okay?
but
The difference,
he said it right
in
before
the
halftime.
response, the difference because he don't have players. If you're talking about players, and does he have the players to compete with either one of those teams? No. Oregon and Colorado are on the same level. Okay, they both perennially win the Pac-12. They both perennially put players into the NFL. They both perennially put players in the top draft picks in the NFL. Okay, Colorado ain't done that in a long time. A long time. Okay, so they're on a completely different level. But Oregon and USC, they're that same level. All right. All I'm saying is that same output, that same energy, that same fight that we just saw, and that's all I was saying. Okay, in that USC game is that same fight that we actually could have seen in the Oregon game. Now, to get to certain points in life, you got to go through certain moments so that you can grow. That was a moment of growth, that Oregon game. Okay, that was a moment
Hold on, now,
the
but
where
who you think needed that for that growth?
I
Hold
think
on, do
look, if I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Straight
yeah.
100. Okay, I'm a man of faith. Okay, and I believe that nothing happens that ain't supposed to happen. I believe that God is in control of everything and plans everything. And I believe that there's some things that have happened that were negatives that I viewed as negatives in the time when it was happening that ended up being positives. Okay. But
Well, that
it took the future me to look back at that moment and look back at those things and see the positives in those things. Those are called growing moments and teachable moments. Those types of things happen on the field, which is why I love football so much. Okay? Because those are the types of things that happen. And when those types of things happen, they happen like they just happened with Colorado. That was a growing moment, not just for the players, for the coaching staff, because they did not properly respond to the moment in that Oregon game. So, guess what? They sat back, they watched the film, they saw how their players had responded. They saw how their plays were being called and how they were responding and how they really didn't switch nothing up or try to change too much. And they left. I'm sure Dion got on to the offensive coordinator for leaving his son out there to dry because he was leaving him out there to dry. You're not leaving anybody in the backfield to try to pick up the blitz. You literally are leaving it naked back there. You got 5 wide and 4 wide. Okay, well, you can't go 4 wide when they're killing my son. You can't do that. You got to figure something out. So guess what? When USC game came, not 4 wide. For USC game came, you got somebody chip blocking. It's growth. It happens. I'm not expecting perfection, but what I was asking for and what I do want to see is growth, and I'm happy I saw that.
but you wanted the growth to be in the same game. Sometimes the growth don't come in the same game. When you plant a seed, hold on,
Look,
listen. When you plant a seed and you water that mother, it's not gonna spring forward the same day.
no,
So
it's
whatever
not.
Coach Prime, hold up. So
It's
whatever
not.
Coach
You're right.
Prime, listen to me.
I
So
am.
whatever Coach Prime was telling them that we couldn't see when they was in the locker room, we don't know how animated he was. We don't know, right? We don't know. But it might not have happened that day. And sometimes you don't attack players where everybody can see their confidence is already shook. Prime, think about this. He done been in situations he done won, he done lost. So he kind of knows how to, but when you got these kids, you can't just jump down their throat every time. He probably got them in a private. I think this is the type of coach he probably got them in the locker room. It was already halftime. We don't know what was said. I know what he said he was going to tell them. He said, yeah, he said, we got to change something. He said, because we ain't tackling. He said that it's some things we got to change. He said, I'm going to talk to him right now. If you look at the game, that's what he said. He said about the tackling and some other things. He said, I'm going to talk to him right now. So ain't no telling what he said in the locker room. And they probably felt like it was out of reach. They were playing like they felt like the game was out of reach. They never played like they had any type of comeback ability. They weren't playing like they were trying to come back. They weren't really playing for too much or nothing far as pride went. But I can't say it wasn't because they didn't make certain adjustments. I just feel like they was outmatched. The talent level in them two, especially on the lines, they was winning on both sides. They couldn't stop them from running the ball, and they couldn't get nothing else. So apparently, them trenches, you got to think about it.
I'm not gonna never say that Oregon's defensive line right now is better than USC's defensive line. I'm not gonna say
I'm
that.
saying,
I'm saying the numbers tell you
Colorado
it's nowhere
offensive
near.
line ain't good enough.
I know, and it's the
I'm
same
gonna say
offensive
that
line that went against both teams. And I'm telling you that it was schemes
that
and
don't mean
play
that. That
calling
don't
that
mean that.
changed
So guess what? That
that
don't mean
changed
nothing.
how that looked out there. On that, at least at
But you
that
know how
point.
that go. You know how that go when you even in fighting. You feel me? You might beat me. I might beat somebody, and the person that you feel me might beat the person that beat me. But you did what I'm saying?
We
It's
didn't
the matchup.
Colorado. We didn't win. Colorado didn't win. It
I
wasn't a
know you ain't
matchup
win.
thing. It's
It
the
is a matchup thing
yeah,
because you can make adjustments.
and
You can make adjustments when it's
matchup wise, they matched up better to Oregon, okay, than they did to
I can't
USC when it came to that offensive line versus
I
that
can't
defensive
tell.
line.
I can't tell them. They barely
You
got on the
can't tell
board
because of the
against.
way they
They
responded.
barely got on the board against
Because the
Oregon.
way they
Nope.
responded and they did and the way that you respond will dictate how things go. For every action, there's supposed to be equal and opposite reaction.
But hey, that's like Floyd Mayweather fighting a regular box out the gym.
So Oregon's Floyd
Hold
Mayweather.
on,
Hold up.
the talent level is different.
hold on. You just
You
said
can make
Oregon
all
is
the
Floyd.
adjustments in the corner you
You
want
didn't
to.
just say Oregon's Floyd Mayweather, did you?
That day, yeah, that
No,
day they were
no,
looking like
no,
Floyd
no, no, no,
Mayweather.
no, no,
That
no.
day, no, I'm saying
So
that day they
Oregon
were
going
looking like,
so hold up.
compared to
So you got
Colorado,
Oregon,
yeah,
you got Oregon winning the
compared to
Pac-12.
Colorado.
Do you got Oregon winning the Pac-12?
I say
Do
compared
you
to
got Oregon?
Colorado,
No,
yeah,
you got so
yeah.
then okay. So they going to the
If it's Oregon
playoff.
and
You
USC
got
had to
Oregon
go
going
one
to the
that far,
playoff. You got Oregon going to the playoff. Do you have them advancing in the playoff? Because Mayweather would advance
I got to
to
beat
the
USC.
championship. They
I
don't
got
have to
Oregon beating
advance.
USC. I got Oregon beating USC.
Nah.
USC can't stop nobody, bro.
And
They
and
can't
and
stop
and
nobody.
and
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 Oregon just scored just as much as them.
nah.
Oregon scored
Oregon
just
don't
as much as
score.
them.
Look, what Oregon just did to Colorado is not what Oregon normally does.
Yeah, yeah.
Not this
How
season.
many games Oregon lost?
None. Who they played?
It
Old
don't matter.
Dominion. You put up 80
It don't
points on
matter.
old. Oh, you got 80 points up on Old Dominion. You feel good about that? And St. Mary's. Okay. Like, come on, man.
Listen, they are gonna beat
Come
USC.
on, man. Come on,
They're
man.
gonna beat USC.
Look, y'all. Hey,
USC
I
defense.
can't wait for
Listen,
that game.
If I can stop you 3 times in the course of a game, we both striking. We both got capable offenses to strike. If my defense can stop you 3 times that game, we're gonna win the game.
I understand that USC's defense is subpar.
Everybody done
Look,
scored on USC.
yeah, and everybody that scored on Oregon except for Colorado. You know what I'm saying? Everybody except for Colorado. That's what I'm trying to point out to you. Everybody except for Colorado scored on them. You know, like they the only ones. Oregon, when you talking about
Well,
D1
you
teams,
take USC, you taking USC to come out of Pac-12. I take Oregon.
yeah, I'm taking Caleb Williams to come out the Pac-12. Now that Colorado is out of it, I'm taking USC.
Colorado ain't out of it yet.
They don't even have one. They don't even have a win in the Pac-12 yet. They are 0-2 in the Pac-12. No wins.
That's
They
only two
out of it.
games.
They out of it. They
Listen,
can't win
injuries
the
can happen to
Pac-12.
anybody. Hold
Injuries.
on, injuries
Come
can
on,
happen to
man.
anybody.
Come on,
Hold on,
man.
injuries can happen to
Face,
anybody.
face.
You said it like this is the end of the season. This is still
Face.
of the season. So hold up. If Oregon lose 3 games this year, USC end up losing 3. If a person get hurt, just say this. If one of them players get hurt, just say Caleb Williams get hurt or Bo Nix get hurt. That could change the whole trajectory of this team. They could lose 3 games possibly because these are dynamic players.
Yeah.
These are game-changing players.
Yeah.
You know? So if
Face.
they get
I can
hurt,
step outside and get hit by a car.
So I'm
I
just
could
saying,
look. Hold
don't
up.
say Colorado had it yet
Hold up.
because they're gonna.
I could open the door and lightning strike me. But we ain't talking about what could happen. We talking about what it looked like. Right now,
That's what it
the
looked
sun ain't
like.
shining.
That
When I look out the
just say
window,
you
hold
look.
up.
It looked
When I
like
look out the
Colorado
window,
had
when I
a.
look out the window, the sun ain't shining, but there's still light right now. So I can walk outside, and I don't need a flashlight. I don't need street lights. I don't need
And
nothing.
guess
I can
what?
still see.
And guess what? And guess what? It could go down to the playoffs, or right before the playoffs, and if somebody get hurt and they lose in the playoffs, bro, you could never say a team is out of it until they all the way out of it. Because you said, what if they respond
Face, they got
differently?
2 losses. They
It don't
out of it.
matter.
They out of it. I'm not finna never sit here and think that both Bo Nix and Caleb Williams are both gonna get hurt so that Colorado can go through to
I didn't say that. I said
that's
either
what
one
would
of them.
have to happen. That's exactly what would have to happen right now. That's what would have to happen. Because those right now, those two teams are on a collision course. Okay? Collision course to see who's going to represent the Pac-12 and the West Coast and see what's going on out west. Because Oregon State ain't finna do it. They already got an L. All right? Cal ain't finna do it. We know what they do. UCLA, they just took an L to Utah. Utah, they play D, but they don't even have
This
their
ain't no,
quarterback.
but this
Like
ain't,
this,
this ain't,
like, and we
this is
talking
not,
about the
hold on.
Pac-12, but we look, and then hold up, you still got
But
Washington. You still got Michael Penix Jr. up there in Washington, he lighting things up right now. Okay, so at the end of the day, there's 3 teams that could really be going at it in the Pac-12. They could really be going for this championship. I think Washington is
guess what?
actually
Don't they,
viable,
all,
but
and
I
most
put
of them,
Washington. Hold
all
up,
of them play each other, right?
but I put Washington
And,
over
and
Oregon
most of
right
all of
now.
them play each other, right?
Would you like me to find out?
No, I'm saying
Hold
USC
on,
play
pause.
Oregon is
Unpause. Yeah, so let's see. Washington played Oregon on what did you do? So Washington plays Oregon on October 14th.
mm-hmm.
They play
See
USC.
they
All right. They play USC on November 4th.
okay. Now they go two it could be two
And
losses.
hold
Either
up.
way.
And,
If all
and,
these
and,
people play,
but that's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying. It's
What are
early
you
in the
saying?
season, bro.
It ain't early
I'm
in the
saying
season.
it's still early. They all play each other. Guess what? What all I'm saying is this. What if USC end up with 2 losses or you feel me? And they also got the playoff thing. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying
Hold
that
up.
don't just throw them like they gone.
If
It's still early.
USC, how could USC end up with 2 losses? Washington end up with 2 losses,
Cause
and
they can
Oregon
lose
end up
to
with two
somebody that
losses.
you don't see. They can lose
US
to somebody you don't foresee them losing to. Bro, it's not that far fetched, bro. Everybody, every undefeated team ain't got. They still got to go out there and play the games. They're not gonna
face
stay undefeated the whole season, bro.
face
Anybody can beat them teams. Anybody at any
face.
given time
One
can beat
loss.
one of these
That's
teams.
one loss. We talking about a team that has not won one game in the Pac-12 yet. Colorado has 0 wins in the Pac-12. They are 0 and
They
2.
only played
They are
two
0
of
and
them, right?
2, and they lost both of them, and they could still lose the
Okay, so guess
like
what? Hold on. See, that's what I'm saying.
like
Washington, hold on. Washington and Oregon play each other. USC and Oregon play each other. That could be possibly 2 losses in the same conference right there. It could happen.
this
I'm
brother.
not saying it is gonna happen, but what if Oregon
Colorado
lose? What if
still
Oregon
got to
lose to Washington and USC?
Colorado still got to beat Utah at Utah. That's a
Okay,
possible
but
L.
but
They
what if
still got
Oregon
to
lose
beat
to
you. Hold
USC
up. They
and
still got
Washington?
Colorado still got to beat UCLA at UCLA. That's a possible L. Colorado still got to go to Arizona. That's like
Well,
they got
listen.
games. They still got games. There's not. I'm not saying.
All
I'm not.
of them
Look.
do.
I'm not saying that they're not going to win any more games. I'm thinking they're going to win a few more games, but they're not going to win more games than Oregon, USC, or Washington. They're not going to be there. They're
I
not
don't
in
think
the
that's their aim
championship.
this year.
That is over. That's done.
Ain't nobody listen. Who said they were gonna win the championship this year, man?
I
Them
said that.
people
I
won
said
one
the
game last
Pac-12
year.
championship. Hold up. You don't remember
Won
how this
one
part?
game
You
last year.
don't, Faith. You don't remember how this part of the conversation started? I said they're 0-2 in the Pac-12, and you said it doesn't matter. They can still win it. I said no, they can't. That's how this part started.
No,
It
it didn't
started.
start like that, boy.
Yeah, it did.
No, you said it's over. Like
Because it's
it ain't
over.
over for them.
It's
That's what I'm
over.
saying.
They're not winning the Pac-12. Well, that was the first goal, is to win the Pac-12. After that,
I
okay,
don't think the
after that,
expectation was ever that high.
brother, that's a goal. That's on the list. That's number one goal. Win the Pac-12. After winning the Pac-12, then it's okay. Finish in a bowl game. Under finishing in a bowl game, finish over 500. Under finishing over 500, win more games than last year. So they've already
Yeah, they
won more
already did
games than
that.
last year. All right. Now it's finish over 500,
They
get
over
to a
500.
January 1st bowl game. Look,
They gonna
brother,
probably get to a bowl game, but I don't
The
think.
Peach Bowl, Face, you might not have known this. The Peach Bowl at the USC versus Colorado game last weekend, the Peach Bowl sent their committee out there to go watch the game to view both teams. You want to know why? Because the bowls get to pick who actually goes to the play in the bowl. So, like, there's levels, homie.
Now you saying it's level.
No,
I
I've
can
been saying it's
understand
levels,
that.
and
That's what I'm telling
I
you.
just said
It's
they just
levels out
dropped
there on that
down from
field too.
the
It's levels
number
out.
one goal gone,
Hey, Trey,
goal one
Trey,
gone.
hey, Trey.
Now
And that's
we
what
on
I'm
the
telling
goal
you.
two.
Hey, guess what? It's levels to that shit out on that field too. The talent level.
Such a talent level that you got
Hey,
teams
for
like
real.
Tulane. What happened to
Guess what? Hold up.
what happened to
Hold up.
any given Sunday that you
Listen,
keep screaming?
That
What
just,
happened to that?
it
Any given
is any given
Sunday.
Sunday.
So then where does
But guess
talent
what?
come in at when that
It,
happened?
listen,
Where does talent come in at when that happened? How does that even happen if talent? How
have
does that
you ever
even
seen a
happen? How did
talented boxer
Appalachian
get
State
beat?
beat Michigan? How did Appalachian State beat Michigan back in 2010?
It happens.
How
Any
did
given
hold on?
Sunday.
Hold on.
It happens.
But
That's what I'm
talent.
telling you. It
Yeah, no,
happens.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. But talent. You keep talking about but talent, but that happens because of coaching. Coaching is what
Not
I'm
all the
talking
time.
about. Yeah, coaching is what I'm talking
Coaches
about.
can't go out
You
there
don't
and
just
execute
luck up
well.
on
I
Appalachian
can coach.
State beat Michigan
Listen,
without a
I can
good
be a
coach.
hell of a coach. I can be a hell of a coach, but if they don't go out there and execute, bro, it's not always the
Face,
coach fault. It's not always the player
face.
fault. The coach's job is to put the players in the best position to win. The players got to go out there and execute to still get the win. A coach can put a player in position. That's his job. Put you in the best position to give us an opportunity to win. Put your players in the best. A player still has to go out there and execute, bro.
I
If
know
I'm
they
putting
do.
you in a position and these people running you over,
I know they do.
if I tell you, hey, cover the A gap, cover the, and you right there and a person run you over, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm just saying, if I'm putting you there and these people running you over,
Oh man,
what am I, you feel
Faith,
me?
Faith. All I'm telling you, brother, and all I've said from the beginning
It's levels.
is
You
that
said it's levels.
yeah,
And
and it's
Dion
levels
know,
to coaching.
he
It's
got to
levels to
come up a
coaching,
few
and
levels
he got
in
out
order to
coached.
compete with these people.
And he got out coached. That's what I said. He
I
got
think the
out
players
coached
just
in that.
got. I think.
No, it
I
wasn't all
think
about the players. He got out coached too.
it was mostly. It was
It
mostly
was,
about
it
the
was
players.
mostly out coaching.
Because guess what?
Because
You know
guess
how
what
many
happened next
times? Hold
week?
up.
Hold up. Guess what happened after they played Oregon? Guess what he did?
You
Guess what he employed into his offense? All of a
go to
sudden, he
the
wants to get
Oregon
his
game.
players into look. Watch. Listen.
Go to the Oregon game.
Watch the
Listen,
Oregon game,
no.
and then watch the USC game. Watch the style
Listen.
of offense that they ran in the Oregon game, and then watch the style of offense
And
they
watch how many
ran in the
yards out the
USC
catch.
game.
Watch
Want to
after
know?
how many
And
yards
you
out
want
the
to know why?
contact, not the catch.
Do you want to know
Look at
why?
how many yards
Look,
after contact they
for
had in
who?
the
For
Oregon
Oregon
game.
or for USC?
For Oregon. Look how many
Because
yards
Oregon's
they had after
quarterback's not as good.
contact.
Because Oregon's quarterback's not as good as USC's quarterback. USC's quarterback put the biscuit in the basket. When he throw the ball, you ain't getting hit. Yeah, yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, that's what's happening.
We're talking about
Okay,
they got
that's what's
ran over.
happening.
They got ran over and
Yeah, they
bombed.
got ran
They got
over.
ran over
That
and
what that
they
had
got
nothing.
bombed.
That don't have nothing to do with the offense that's being called. What I'm telling you is the
That don't have
difference in
nothing
the
to do,
offense that's being called for Colorado. The very
bro,
next week,
bro,
they go
bro,
against USC. All of a sudden, now
bro.
you want to put your
You don't
players in
hear what I'm
space.
saying? You don't hear what I'm saying? Check out how many yards after contact them people had.
Hey,
That means the coaches were putting these players in position to make the plays. They were just not making the plays, bro.
no face
Look,
yards after.
man, I'm watching the
Let me.
game.
I'm
How many rushing
gonna
yards that man
explain.
had?
I'm gonna explain something
How
to
many
you.
rushing yards did
I'm going to explain something to you. Yards after contact. The definition. Okay, it's
yeah,
yards. That's the first word. After, which means after something
contact.
happens. Contact,
That
which
means
means someone touched you. Okay,
yeah.
all right. That means that they put you in a position for you to get the ball, but you personally, as the player, have to make the play in order to create yards after contact. Versus,
What you mean?
what do you mean?
If I
If I
catch
don't
the
get
ball,
touched,
hold on.
if I
If I
don't get
catch the ball,
touched,
hold on.
if I don't get
If I
touched,
catch the ball, if I catch the
and I got
ball,
that, and I got to run
and I
over
come in
three
contact
dudes,
with a
and I
defense,
got
hold
to
on.
run over
And I
three
come in
dudes,
contact with a
and I got to
defensive
run over,
player,
and
soon
I
as I catch the ball, and I'm still running 20 yards later.
it's
That's
yards
not
after
on the coach,
contact.
bro.
That's yards after
That is
contact.
not on the coach.
That's yards after
Because the player
contact.
was
Hold
there.
up,
Hold on.
but
When he caught the ball, the player was there to stop him.
face,
He couldn't stop him.
face.
So
But when
what's that
you
on?
face, when you look, once again, okay, when you look at the USC game
You saying
versus
the
the
USC
Oregon
game.
game, no, just listen, all right, and you see the fact that Caleb Williams is dipping and dodging in the pocket with different arm releases, getting the ball to his players, not just in space, to where no one is going to touch them. They're just going for a touchdown. All right. That is the definition of a well drawn up play. Because in a well drawn up play, I don't got to run nobody over. All right.
Come
Nah,
on, man.
well
Come on,
drawn
man.
up play,
Come
nobody
on,
should be
man.
touching me.
We
That's the
talking
way the
about we
play
talking
should be
about Deion
drawn up.
Sanders.
I
We
mean,
talking
this is the
about
way the
Deion
play.
Sanders
This is the way the
putting
play
these
should be
players in
drawn up. I'm
position
talking about Lincoln
to make.
Riley. I'm talking about Lincoln Riley calling
We not
plays
talking about no
versus
offensive players.
Oregon calling plays. That's what I'm talking about.
We're
I'm
talking
not talking
about
about.
defensive players. We're talking about defensive players in position to make the play that wasn't making the play. We ain't talking about no well drawn up play. We talking about a 5-yard pass across the middle linebacker there, hit the man, and the man still running 20 yards later.
Face. And when you turn
That's not
around
on the coach,
and
bro.
hold up, and when you turn around and go 3 and out on offense, what is that?
Poor offensive line
No,
play.
then hold up, and then no.
Poor offensive line play.
Why is it
They
poor
had
offensive line play?
That's
Hold
what I'm
up.
saying.
Why is it
They
poor
got beat
offensive
on
line
both
play
sides of
when
the ball.
the very next
They
week, you're
got
going against a
killed on
better
both sides
offensive
of the
line?
ball.
The very next week, 7 days later, you're going against a better offensive line. Better
And they was
offensive
getting beat
line.
45 to fucking 14.
No, they didn't get beat 45 to 14.
If they was getting beat 45-14.
And they walked it down because they changed how they did their offense.
They
That's
get
what I'm trying to
desperation.
get to. Yeah, I'm trying to get in your head the fact that they changed what they were doing on offense. That's called adjustments.
Bro, I'm trying
They're
to get
getting the
this in your
players
head.
into space.
They don't have the same talent level as USC. They don't have the same talent level as Oregon. That's what I'm saying. The talent level is different. Colorado don't have the same talent Oregon got across the board. They
Talent is not what. Did anyone hold up? Was there anyone going into that game?
That's what
No. Face. Was there anyone going? Face. So face. But that's the problem, right? Like I'm gonna say it again. Did anyone believe that USC and Colorado or Oregon and Colorado had the same amount of talent with each other? It's like the same amount of talent.
I don't know.
Did you believe that? I'm gonna ask you, did you believe
you
that Colorado?
Like they do.
No, I don't.
You saying they do?
No, I don't.
So
I'm not. I have not said nothing about no talent. You keep saying talent. I'm talking about scheme. I'm talking about scheme.
Okay, no matter how they
I'm talking about scheme.
they was
Jimmy
they were
Garoppolo is not.
outmatched.
Jimmy Garoppolo is not a great quarterback. Okay, yet in the right scheme, he does magic. Jared Goff, in the right scheme, is a beast.
You on the scheme so
In
much
the
though.
right scheme, Geno Smith is
A
a
scheme is not
dog.
nothing that's going to work consistently and for a long
It
time.
won't. A
That's
scheme
why
got
it's a
Tom Brady
scheme.
to the Super Bowl multiple times until he became Tom Brady.
No,
A scheme.
it wasn't
No, that was
it
a
wasn't just
scheme.
one scheme.
That was a
He had a whole
scheme.
bunch of schemes.
But
Because he
that's
had a whole
coaching.
bunch of
That's
schemes.
coaching, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's coaching. Yeah, that's coaching. That's what coaching is. That's what coaching is. Now, we've been on here for 54 minutes. Before we go, who in the world are you picking? Are you taking Colorado? Or are you taking Arizona State? Because you act like they don't got the talent to play with
Colorado
Arizona
money line.
State. No, hold up. They don't got the talent. If you ask they got the talent from what you say.
I told you who I was going to take in this game from the very beginning. I said money line or Colorado and take it over. Money line Colorado and take it over. Is the talent level the same as Arizona State and Colorado? Pretty much so. It's a lot closer. So why wouldn't I take Colorado in this game?
It's a lot closer.
Yeah, it's a lot closer than
Face. They won. Hold up. Colorado won one game last year, right? One game.
Yeah.
You want to know how much they lost to Arizona State last year?
It ain't the same team, so
I know it's the worst team possible last year. You ain't got the worst team possible. But you want to know what they lost by last year?
What?
42-34. They lost by 8 points. So, Face, to think that this is the same talent level, that now last year they were on the same talent level. This year they're not on that same talent level. No, last year they're not. If it was the coaching last year, then Prime would have kept those same players. No, it was the players. Okay, it was the players. All right, it was the players.
Hold on, and guess what? I agree. Because guess what? It was, to me, it was more on the players at Oregon because they was there. They was in certain gaps. They was there to make the plays, and they could not make the plays. That's not on the coach. If I'm putting you in a position to be there when they catching the ball and y'all making contact with them missing tackles, that ain't on the coach.
Face, the ball isn't. The game ain't played on. The game ain't played on one side. The game's played on two sides.
And they'll get beat on both sides, bro.
Do you want to? I'm gonna give you. Hold up. Let me give you. Hold up. Let me give you an example. Right. I'm gonna give you some real deal facts and numbers just right now. Okay. So, do you want to know why? Do you want to know why that it was possible for Shedeur and for Coach Prime to make that miraculous comeback last week, and still take the L?
Come back to what?
Come back and still take the L. But hold up, make it close. You was getting gutted. Do you want to know how that happened? Do you want to know how that happened? No. Do you want to know how that happened?
How?
Okay, because on average, Caleb Williams was snapping the ball at 14 seconds. So if you would have added every play, you added up every freaking play that they ran, all right, they could have took off a whole nother 6 minutes off the game. Whole nother 6 minutes. You know what happens in 6 more minutes? Buffalo gets gutted because they never had enough time. Poor coaching. See, the devil is in the details and everything, brother. And when you pay attention to the details of things that happen, right, then you understand. I mean, that. Yeah.
Hold up, man.
Yeah.
Just say no shit like that.
Yeah. 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 The devil's in the details, my brother. Okay. Yes.
But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this. I just feel like Coach Prime done been around and been enough big games to know what to say, and I just feel like the players didn't respond. I just feel like the players didn't respond that day. I don't know why, but I feel like I know Prime told him what he supposed to tell him, man. You just by knowing him, as much as a player, as a coach, you know he went in and talked to them kids, man.
Man, look,
They didn't respond for whatever
my
reason.
response last week, okay, when I made all those statements, was strictly, and my response right now, okay, it's strictly based off of the same thing.
I just feel like it
Hold
was
up,
too much for him.
I expect great coaching and great things from Coach Prime. I do. And when
And he's
when it
doing
don't
that.
happen, hold up. And when I see it lacking in any sort, I hold him to the same accountability I held Bobby Bowden.
But
I hold him to the
listen,
same
hold
account. Hold
on,
up. I'll hold him to
hold
the same accountability I held Tony Dungy. Okay.
on. Okay, but listen,
Yeah,
one
I
thing
hold
about
him
it,
to the.
what
I hold him
you
accountable,
gotta be
brother,
in the locker room to
because
say that though.
look, I
That's all
might
I'm
not.
saying.
Then
You gotta be in the
you can
locker
just
room to say that because
call me a fan. Call me a fanatic
you
then
got
maybe.
you gotta be in the
Maybe I'm
locker
a
room to hear
fanatic.
what he's saying, bro.
Maybe I'm a fanatic, brother.
But I just feel like you gotta be in the locker room to hear what he's saying. And before you can really say that. Because
So in that case, that means you can never say if they were making any changes or any adjustments in the game. You can never watch the
half the
film.
time, hold on.
Hold
Half
up.
the
You can
time,
never
hold on.
watch the film and
Half
then
the
see, hey,
time,
hold up. Why did you not change what you were doing in the first half to the second half? Why
let's
do we
tell me
watch
this here.
film then? Hold up. Why do we
Let's tell me
watch
this here.
film? What is the
When do
purpose
people
of
usually
watching
make
film?
adjustments? When do people usually make adjustments?
Halftime.
So he said what he said. This is what I'm saying. He said what he said going into halftime. The players still didn't respond. So that makes me know right there, I can't put that on the coaches. Because if I'm already coaching y'all up to a certain, you got to be able to
Faith.
execute, bro.
Let me see where let
It's
me
a
show you
two-way
where we're
thing.
missing at. Okay. You're saying he said something and the
Man,
players didn't respond.
hold on. You cannot make no
I'm
remote
saying,
control car
hold up.
turn into a tank.
I'm
You can't
saying,
turn a remote control car into a tank, bro.
hold up, and I'm saying that he didn't make any proper adjustments in the coaching. You saying it's the players. I'm saying it's the coaching. I'm saying that that things need. How did it just now get Amarion on the field, man? Like, and then
Who?
we'll leave it at that. But how did we just get Amarion Miller on the field? Freshman. Last week, the one who took off. How we just got him on the field? How that
Because
happen?
it's desperation. It's
Yeah,
desperation. You don't know
but
how
you want
fast
to.
he picked up the offense. You
He
don't know how
already,
much the offense he
it was
picked up before the
questionable.
season.
One of the reason he wasn't on the field is the same reason the young man from down here in Florida ain't been on the field yet, from over in Lakeland. Okay, it's
Right.
because the young boy from Lakeland, he ain't on the field. They ain't touched the field. Number one cornerback came out in high school last year, whatever like that. Kamari, the reason he ain't touched the field is because the fact the boy don't never be in the books. He don't understand the playbook. He don't understand nothing. But the reason
Gotcha.
Omarion Miller wasn't on the field is because Omarion Miller wasn't showing out in practice. He did understand the playbook and understand what's going on. He just wasn't showing out in practice. It's two totally different things. Okay, so at the end of the day, brother, just so y'all just in case y'all didn't know, because I haven't been able to give it to you yet. Yeah, I'm Colorado, and I'm telling y'all, give up the points. You give up the 4 points, give up the 3.5 points, and you good. If you want guaranteed, yeah, take that money line, man. All right, I'm not sure about that over and under because of the fact at the end of the day, Arizona State, they are only scoring what? Let's see, 16 points a game. That's 121st in all of college. They only score
And that's all they
16
need.
points.
If they
You know
score
what I'm saying?
16,
And they
Colorado
give
gonna
up,
score.
hold up, and they give up 30 and a half. All right. Colorado scores 34.2 and gives up 36.2. Why is that so high? Hold up. No. Why is Colorado's points total so high? Colorado's points total so high is because of the fact that you got them playing Oregon and you got them playing USC. The scores for those games was 42-6 and 48-41. Everything else was deadbolt under except for the Colorado TCU. So when they played a team called Nebraska, that's deadbolt under.
That's the only one that went under, I think.
No, the Nebraska, Colorado went under, and the Colorado, Oregon went under because the over under on that one was 70
Oh
something
yeah, but they
points.
didn't score. That was
Yeah,
because Colorado ain't scored.
yeah.
if they'd have scored 14 points, it would have probably went over. If they'd have scored 16 points themselves, that
Man,
game would
look,
have probably went over.
Fresno State's a ranked team right now, and they beat Arizona State 29-0.
I like Colorado and the over.
I
I'm
think
gonna
I can't.
let
You can't tell me that Colorado's defense is worse than Fresno State's defense.
Colorado ain't got no.
So you telling me it's worse than Fresno State? You
Probably
telling
so.
me Fresno State got better talent than
Without
Colorado?
without 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 without
Not no
without
without. Not a without.
without Travis Hunter.
You're not
Without
you
Travis Hunter,
okay without Travis
they
Hunter.
probably do.
So you telling me
Huh?
that wow, you think Fresno State got a
They
Shadur
might
on their
be.
team? Where's their Shadur?
No, I'm not saying. I
Hold on,
said the
hold on.
deep.
Okay,
We saying
wait, hold on,
defense,
hold on,
bro.
hold on,
We
hold
said that
on.
they
I'm talking
defense.
about offense and defense. I
You
mean,
asked me a question
okay,
about
so
defense.
where's their Shiloh?
I don't know,
They don't got one.
but they
Mm,
shut a motherfucker out,
Man,
so they gotta have some type of defense.
man, and they went. And that happened at Arizona State, by the way. You know what I mean? So that
Colorado
like
defense, bro.
look.
Trey,
Okay, what about
Colorado defense messed up, bro. They don't
okay,
have no
okay,
depth.
okay? What
They don't
about
have no
Arizona
depth.
State? What about when they played? What about when they played Southern Utah? The score was 21-24. What about that?
Who? Who?
Arizona State.
We ain't talking about Arizona State right now. We were saying was who just shut Arizona State out. We talking about their defense.
I know. So 21 to
So
20.
what happened?
This woman, man.
You know, make me miss
All
my
right,
damn help.
y'all, man. Well, listen, we're gonna have to go ahead and get back to y'all. Y'all be easy. Game day with Trey. Hope you enjoyed it. Hour and 6 minute long podcast. We be at you. One.
What? Listen, man.
Peace.